Can you guess what I forgot? Cat, that's terrifying. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Here. Okay. Okie dokie. Hello. Hang on. Let me make sure that the audio on this side is working. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be getting... Because this just all depends when some stuff gets in. Hello! Splendid. It is working. Yay. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I keep seeing... Miso, come here. Hold on a minute, chat. Miso, come here. Orange kitty, come here. Bringeth thy orange buttocks over hereth, sir. Kitty, kitty, kitty. I think he's just confused now. But it made him stop, so... It was hilarious. Miso was going on a screaming jag earlier. Like, legitimately just screaming, belting out yowls into the void. And Mom and I just had enough, and Mom came over and was like, you know what? Yeah, and just flipped him off while he was, like, legitimately. So you guys have seen the cat tower in the background of stream sometimes? He likes to sit up there, and it projects his yell. He likes to get on the highest plausible platform in the entire house, and that is it. And he will just yell until he starts to go hoarse, right? And she just flips him off. And he stops, he stares, and then he pouts and glares. Like, how dare you? I don't think I have Iron Teeth yet, so we're just gonna go... We're starting a new one, but we're gonna continue. Waterfalls. That's a lot of water. It's an old parenting trick to tell kids that a waterfall is just a big floodgate. Here they will spend weeks looking for a shutoff lever. Oh man. We're still gonna keep with the beginner-friendly stuff. I kind of like the plains and the waterfall segment. They look pretty. I think I'm gonna go for the plains. Yeah. More places to build. I know you need water, but... I don't know what the fuck that was about, but okay. Anywho, wait, what's this? Wait, there's others? Unconventional. This slope is full of small, irrigated in-cows. However, dangers abound in the region, should you not be careful. Those areas will become anything but hospitable. Oh, you know Timberborn? Yeah, my mom, let me tell you, this is like the top 3 on my mom's Steam right now. So my mom has been cycling through 3 primary games, because she's like in her final semester right now. So whenever she gets super stressed, she'll play one of the 3 games. First one, well actually we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. So you have Minecraft, then you have Raft, and the one that I think possibly succeeds Raft is Timberborn at this point, because she's had it since, I don't know, last year. Like, she hopped on this early. The beaver roam to build a legendary metropolis. The beaver's ancestors drained 7 mighty craters. Even with today's timber tech, that's no small feat. You got Thousand Islands, you got terraces, mountain range, meander, hollows, ooh, helix mountains. Oh, that actually looks pretty cool. Helixes, yeah, I got it. Craters. Nobody knows how the craters came to be. Preliminary excavations suggest humans' violent involvement. Oh my god, that's a tiny one. It's 10 by 50. We got a canyon. Yeah. Alright, let's go to the plains. Gonna have it on normal. I don't really need the tutorial. Start. Look at it. I still like the art for this. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. But yeah, Miso has been a very pouty boy for most of the afternoon since Mom's been back home. I watched Real Civil Engineer's video and JC the Beard. I am unfamiliar with those names, but I'm going to nod my head and say yes. I imagine they play this game heavily and provide ideas and plausible. Okay, chat, what should we name it? The Beaver Dome. Welcome everyone to, well, actually no. Let me be serious. Ooh. You have a name, Alex? You have a name? I was thinking something from the game I've been playing a lot recently. But let's see. No, we're gonna be here for a few hours tonight, so I know I haven't been around that much. I have been working on school. Justin. That's it. Yes, I don't know about Justin. I kind of like Beaver Dome. Not Justin Bieber. I will name a beaver that. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna name this place the Beaver Dome, and we're gonna have one of the beavers be Justin Bieber. Welcome to the Beaver Dome. Let's begin. Alright, and one of you has to be Justin Bieber. Okay, as long as I get a name too. You are no longer Biddy Bog. You are now Justin Bieber. And we're gonna name one of the kids, because they have a better chance of survival, as Alex the Beaver. Okay. Let's get this party started. If I can remember. I probably should have left it to the It's fine. I kind of sort of remember the basics. Oh, yeah. Would you look at that? Holy. Kawazanga. I don't know. I never get to this. Maybe we'll get to it tonight. I don't know. First priority, survival. Which means food, water, and timber. Hence the name Timberborn. But you are in charge of these wee beavers. They're not wee, they're actually freaking gigantic. You kidding me? Alright, so previously, I have been told that one must beware of spacing. Alright, so demolish buildings. That's demolish. Plant. Here we go. Wood. Lumberjack flag. So, we're gonna go for the pine trees over here. Let's see. Shift. Boop. And then eventually we'll get a lumber mill. But for now, this is priority number 1. I guess I need to mark some trees. That would be wise. Okay. 1 is going to work on it, and then I'm probably going to put tanks and things right here. Yeah. It's been a while since I've actually played this, so forgive me if I'm a little slow on the upkeep. Okay. Food! Plant crops. Food. We've got some... I'm actually going to put it over here. I know it's far away, but it has the most berry. Alright, make it happen. Yay. Okay. Somebody's got. Who is that? It's Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is gonna go get us some berries. Wow. Good, 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 good. That's Miso, who do be a chirp in the background. Okay, so now that we've got that going, we need water. Do. A water pump shall do. Nope, hold on. Wait, what was that? Ooh. Why don't we put it like right here? There we go. And then connect it. There you go. Okay. And now they're gonna work on it. Excellent. Just gonna kind of pick and choose here. Leave the saplings alone for the time being. Do. Meow. 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 There. Okay. Yeah, you got it. You're doing good. Okay. Let's see. What else do we need to get going? Probably a house. A little house for the wee beavers. Yes. Oh, God, I'm so used to, like, the Factorio controls, if it isn't obvious. I am very much used to Factorio and how that goes. Because I am trying to use those tabs. Yes. What game is this? This is Timberborn. Where you are basically the colony manager of a bunch of beavers. Look at these little dudes. Where's Alex? Is that Alex? Oh, Alex, get out of the construction zone. That's Gamiro. Where's Alex gone? That boy's done wandered off. Alright. Like building ponds. Prioritized by haulers. Awaiting materials. Do we have enough materials? Soon. Construction lacks materials. Ah, you don't say. Alright, let's speed things along a little bit. Get the night over with. Found wood and water. New beginning. Splendid. The last boss was worse than the first two combined. Oh no. Rise and shine, beavers, and... Oh, dear. Yeah, okay. That was something. We have water! Splendid! Look at it. Awesome! Very, very nice. And now we shall get houses. And this time I'm going to focus on kind of like layering them, so we might have some houses back here in this little sector. And this can just be like the housing district. The residential quarters, as it were. Right? Right. Ooh. Mark some more trees. Oh, Alex grew up. Yay. Yippee. Ugh, man. I have spent most of the day going back and forth between working on a Skyrim video and then playing WoW, Skyrim video, WoW, Skyrim video, WoW. And I'm slowly but surely, like, I've mainly been focusing on my Frost Mage. Oh, they need water. We're going to get water. We actually need a tank. Where is my storage? Let's slow things down, shall we? Decoration will be... Would it be? No. Then we can get a campfire, but we're gonna get that once we have everything else. Storage. Yes. Let's get a small tank going. And I think I will actually keep that section clear. I'm gonna put them right next to this spot. There we go. Okay. So technically, this house is only Justin Bieber. Of course he got the first house. Oh, you greedy, greedy rodent. Alright, I'm gonna prioritize the water. And I'm gonna prioritize here. So we need 15 logs. Oh, we've got quite a bit of berries, which is good. That's nice. Oh. I'm guessing that only does so much. I thought by prioritize haulers it would, like, prioritize the build. But I guess not. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay. That's how you do it. It's like, are you sure? Need more trees? Oh, they're starting to produce sap. Cool. Alright. I figured this would be nicer, and I did promise my mum that I would play it some. Especially once things calm down. Like, for a while there, when I was even watching other people stream Timberborn for a bit, and it was quite annoying, because every 10 to 15 minutes there would be, like, some spam of, like, a honeypot trap, essentially, going on in their chat, and it's just like, ugh, really? It always happens when new games release and they get really popular from Steam, or even Epic or whatever. Just in general, when a new game gets popular, what will happen is anybody who streams them or makes videos of them and puts them either on Twitch or YouTube, TikTok, they just get spammed with, like, bots, essentially. Just bots. And it's like, whoever runs that ring, and it's definitely a person or a group, needs to find a life. Like, seriously. Because they keep... Here's the deal. So Twitch has a built-in auto mod, and to a degree so does YouTube. I utilize both. But they can find ways to make a script go around it by just changing up, like misspelling certain words or adding, changing the font, or adding a weird apostrophe here and there to words, and it's like... The thing is... Our first barrel's done. Well, actually, tank. It just looks like a giant... It's a giant barrel. Okay. Water. We require water. We need to keep water. Okay. But what that tells me is that somebody is paying attention, number one. And number two, that they actually... Okay, we need to leave a little bit of room right there. So that way I can put, like, staircases up. that they care enough about their little scam succeeding that they're willing to try and, you know, get around bans and blocks. Which is really weird. But yeah, no, that's why I didn't stream this for a while. I was just getting aggravated. And for some reason they changed a lot with the auto mod, so it made it more difficult to access for some reason. And they changed it back. It's... I don't understand. It's like, just leave it. The auto mod's fine. Just leave it where it's at. You did good. It's like the one thing you did good. A zipline station. That's so cool. Like, you could have it like up here. That would be so cool. Like, wouldn't that be neat, chat? Just have like a zip line all the way up here and then shoo! Oh. Alright, let's see. Seems like we're not great on water, but we're not horrible. I need to get something just in case Reek gets chipped teeth. That way they're not living in agony. Living in agony! Alright, anywho. Storage. Storage pipe. Thinking, there's a hauling post. Yeah, the builder's hut. Ooh, a district crossing. But no, I've been working a lot on decor and things, because what I think what I'm gonna do here at some point, maybe next weekend or whatever, I think we're gonna do like a housing stream. I just show you guys like my build and everything. I keep hitting the wrong keys. It's R! Okay, I'm just gonna push you off over here. Maybe? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put you right here. Yes. Takes 12 logs. Okay. Let me go over here, take a look at this. Boop, boop. Any saplings? No. Boop, 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 boop. We need to get that, management going. Okay. I think one of the things you can research is, like, forest management, and then you can replant trees and stuff, and give them fertilizer and stuff eventually. Oh. How many days until the bad tide? It doesn't give you a definitive... Okay. Probably for the best. Jeez. Alright, I'm gonna put that at slightly higher priority. Get one house done, then get the research place done. And then we should be good. And I think I might set up another logging place right here. Yeah, R. Hit R. Are you ready? No, I am not. Please let it go. Thank you. There. Okay. Ah. Kijavi grew up. Excellent. Wook wook. You're going to work. Immediately. I know you're only 10, but that's practically 20 in Beaver years. Get to work. Here's your W-10. Make sure to do your taxes, even though we never taught you how to do taxes. You still have to do taxes. You gotta figure that shit out. Okay? And, don't drown. Okay? Okay. Good. Cool. Look at him. Standing there. Oh, never mind. He's gone. I'm... Wait, can you change this? Oh, yeah. Alright. looks like you can lock it into one area, the global view, turn it into district view. Alright, who's working on this? Who are you? Kijabi! They're actually 7! They're 7 years old and homeless and chopping trees. Oh, jeez. Okay. Gotcha. Got it. Well, we should get the supplies we need to build the houses soon, hopefully. Get to work, 7-year-old. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That is wonderful. I love it when games like Farthest Frontier or there was another game that was kind of similar that came out before Farthest Frontier. It just didn't have a lot to it. They have like a I hesitate to say medieval, but more of a pre-revolutionary. No. I'm trying to think of the word. Not evolutionary. Oh, shoot. My brain is just like cutting short. Industrial age. Pre-industrial age. Good gods. Yeah, it's pre-industrial. Thank you, Leon. It's okay, I'm eating drywall. I don't think you should be doing that, but you know what? I'm not your mother. Anywho, yeah, the age of adults lowers as the beavers get happier. I see. But the pre-industrial age of where they would just send the kids into the coal mine. You see 5-year-olds and so on and so such. I mean, it still happened in industrial age. I mean, look at Great Britain. Hello, lace factories. But it's still funny to see that in games of like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna send 10-year-old little Timmy to go work in the mine. Yay! Well-being score went up to 10. Don't know how that's possible because it is very bare bones right now. Ooh, hey. What are you researching? I don't know yet. I think, if I remember correctly, you just buy things. Wherever that might be. Oh, no goods selected. Well, let's change that to water. Yay. Alright, nothing to do in range. Well, buddy, you should have never said that, because now you have a job. Okay. Food storage. We should also get piles going, but for now, I'm hitting the wrong keys. Wait, hold on. I think, hold up. Yes, hold on. I'm trying to think of a good area for this. You can have underground piles? Ooh, that's so cool. But we're not doing that. We don't have the points for it. Oh yeah, you just... Okay, you just do that. Gotcha. Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna clear this out for a farming spot. Or maybe put the farming right in this area. And then... maybe just keep it over here, too. Okay. So tell you what, I'm gonna put these right here. And then you're gonna go back to that. Turn. And that. There you go. Okay. Alright, do we have housing for everyone? Kind of hard to say. Gamiro has grown up. Okay, basic needs. Hunger, thirst, sleep, and shelter. So, we still have some people who are without housing. Splendid. Structures. I need 70 more points in order to get stairs. I want some basic stairs. Welcome back, Alex. think I'm gonna put them, like, right here. Yeah, right there. Squeaky clean. Splendid. Alright. That's why I was debating, like, where I should put some stuff. Hold on, where am I? That's a good question. Where are you? That is a very good question. Rosie... Bye. That's bye. Alpegs, Vumdith... I don't even know how to pronounce that one. Wait. I can just check in here. Ah, there we go. You're outside your house. You live in a lodge now, but you're unemployed. I don't know how that works, but, you know, congratulations. Okay. You know what? Where is well-being? Here we go. Campfire. Yes. Probably just gonna put it, like, right here. Yeah. That's my college major. Unemployment. Oh, gods. That's everyone right now. See, I'm questioning whether or not... No, building? Oh, cool. Like, civic engineer? See, I think this is a bad idea, and I kind of regret putting this here now. Construction engineering. Oh. He's a rebel. Where is... We'll be lost. Oh. Boop. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, nice little 2-year program. Awesome. Very, very nice. Okay. I'm gonna throw it down. I'm going to throw it back, right? Here. Displace all of it. Ah. Okay. We have 15 points. I need to find a better place for storage, because dear gods. Probably just gonna continue it this way, to be honest. I'll wait until they're done. Wick wick. Look at them go! Awesome. Yay! They got a little site. Look at them all chilling out there. Like, yeah, we're gonna survive. Nothing bad will happen. Yeah! Oh. We can forget what happened to Timmy. That's all behind us now. Mm-hmm. Folktales wouldn't be my choice, but it is a more cozy playstyle. I haven't unlocked the Iron Teeth or whatever the hell they're called. I haven't gotten to those guys yet. Dang. Yeah, I need to have like a higher rating of something. Okay, so if I put that there, that just leaves a little bit of space. That's okay. Right? Like... It's a little unconventional. Because I need things over here. I want to stay at the trees there. Have space here. I don't know. I guess I'll just leave that for something else. They're less about farming and more of an industrial faction that reproduce via test tube babies. Ah, yes. I kind of remember that. Oh, my mom's showing me that. Just like, look at this! Oh. Okay. So, like, maybe, like here? And then we can squeak things in later. There we go. Very unconventional, I know. But now... This is life. This is live! Alright. The barn slash the farm! Hmm. Yippee. Oh. And now we get to choose plants. Hey, Alex, you finally have a job. Okay, cool. We're gonna do carrots. Where the fuck is the food? Crops. There we go. Carrots. Alright, get to work. Work, work. I'll take farming, to be honest. I'll take that. Abigail's has grown up. Our well-being has gone up to 5. Yay! Alright. We need some more wood. Oh, fuck. It is one of my 3 hobbies. Oh. Excellent. Good. This is the match for you, then. Alright. Take them down. Okay, let's see. Basic needs. Soon we need to start meeting wet fur. Nutrition. Haven't met that yet. Social life. Yes. Rooftop terrace. And agora. See, every time I see agora, I just think makora. What are you guys? Why are you guys fighting to the death? What the fuck? Hey, wrong game. Wrong game. We're away from there right now. We're taking a break. Hey. Ugh. Look at them putting down some carrots. Ah, yes. The UK's greatest bit of agricultural propaganda. Carrots. True story, that. If you don't know, the UK, basically during World War II, they needed more money. They were running out. But they had a surplus of carrots. However, nobody was buying them. So they're like, we need to do something. The Americans! The Americans like carrots, don't they? Not really? The Americans like good stories, don't they? Yeah, they do. They like good stories. Just tell them it'll give them supervision. That they'll be able to see the you-know-whats of the 1940s from leagues away if they eat a bunch of carrots. And so they sold America a bunch of carrots, and thus, you know, you had a surplus of a very easy to store and food. I needed to actually pick an option here. Where is it? Berries! Carrots! And thus you saw the surge of carrot dishes in America. From there on until, like, the 1970s when it kind of fell out as a common house, like, vegetable root tuber. I actually don't know what to label it as. Is it a tuber? I don't think it is. I think it... How do you classify a vegetable? Because the debate... A root? You say it's a root? Potatoes are fucking awesome, though. I will agree with that. Now, see, potatoes are tubers, yes. They're actually really easy to grow as well. And decently calorie dense for the carrots, yes. Potatoes and mushrooms are incredibly easy to grow. The only problem is, at the very least with potatoes, if you don't do it right, you can create noxious fumes. I shouldn't laugh at that, but I am. There's a horrible story from Siberia that I know about a family that decided, you know what, fuck it. We're just gonna not only grow our own potatoes, but we're gonna store them. And their cellar, because it's like, they have this nice, I don't even remember if it was like a brick house or something, and it's in Siberia. mind you. Freezing freaking cold. So most of the houses have, like, those underground cellars that are connected directly to the house instead of, like, oh, it's far away, or, oh, it's like a, you know, it's off the path from the house. It's like, literally, hey, could you go grab some bread from the cellar? You know, because the cellar is supposed to be cold. It's freezing cold because the ground is literally freezing in permafrost, right? What are you carrying? Oh, you're carrying a barrel of water. Cool. It's just chilling. Actually, I'm gonna remove some of these because they're hungry, aren't they? Yeah, we need to get a chef going. We also need to get a pile. One pile. Yeah. So tell you what, I'm gonna put that, like... I'm gonna put that over here, actually. But it's supposed to be freezing fricking cold. That's the idea. The problem in particular was that humidity had been introduced at some point to their cellar, and, well, humidity mixed with potatoes that are being stored there, which they thought it was proper, which technically it is, because it's freezing. And the thing is, the way they stacked it, there's photos. I don't suggest going and researching them, but just out of, you know, precaution. But there are photos out there of the house and of the basement or the pantry, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I know you guys are hungry. That's why you're supposed to be farming. They don't have enough food. They might die. Do you have a cook? I have a grill. But I don't have anything to grill. We could grill the berries. Oh. Logs. Okay. Rotten potatoes are bad. Nasty business. I forget what fumes they produce. Are you too serious? Like, the boys are arguing right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these. Hold on. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. But yeah, so the way they had stored the potatoes was it was exposed to the open air rather than in sacks and stuff. So the potatoes on the very back of the wall had started to grow and root out and then rot. And they started, yeah, solane and hydrogen sulfide. They started to exude that, and it basically created a gas chamber, essentially. So one day, Mom goes, hey, can you go get me some potatoes to the kid, to, like, one of her two kids, because I think they had two kids. And the child goes down there, knocks out, and, like, only a few seconds down there. Down on the floor. Mom hears it, goes, what just happened? Maybe my kid fell down the stairs, follows in their suit, down on the floor. And it's literally just a chain reaction, because Dad gets home with other kid. They're like, huh, where's Mom and little sibling? Go into the basement. They're dead. Well, not necessarily dead, but, you know, they're down on the floor as well, passed out from the fumes. And then Grandma comes down there. They're only found a week later because of the neighbors. So, yeah. I'm gonna take all of this out. Which I know seems like a bad idea, but I want to expand the farm. Expand the farm! So be very careful with potatoes, is the long and short of it. Don't. I mean, I have this big bushel right here, and then we have more over here. Though that is pretty far away, so... I think I'll cut, like, this portion, and we'll put some more carrots down. Yeah, I forget when this happened. I think it was 2006, 2007. Here, I'll just cut, like, half of it. Yeah. 2013, you looked it up. Good, 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 good. Yeah. Where the hell was that option? Let's plant here. Oh. Yeah. Wait. Fuck. Hold on. Right there. I was like, what am I doing again? Goldfish. Yes. Alright, get rid of that. Plant some more carrots. We should probably put down, do I have access to the... it's 150 points. Oh, I shoot, dear blood. No. No. Oh, did we get a surplus? No, no, not yet. It's still 2 days. Oh, wait. It's watered and healthy. Love this little bit right here. Raw carrots help beavers balance their diet without giving up on the joy of crunching. Alrighty. Oh, would you look at that? All the trees. I know you guys are hungry. I'm working on it. Shabba-da-doo. Help with the teethers. Yes. We need to get, hold on. Not monuments. Well-being. I need a grindstone. Yes. I'll put it like... I'll put it like right here. There we go. I cannot forget the grindstone. That way our loggers, they're, you know, they're not living in absolute misery, right? Okay. I love chewing on a whetstone every day. It's the best thing in the world. Okay, we can now get stairs. Da, da, da. Worse than filing my nails. Oh god, such as her... Oh man, it just reminded me of something horrible. Alright. I don't know if people do that shit on the regular. I don't know. I'm very... I'm weird. I have neurological issues, so the way I perceive, like, sound and touch is kind of... It's very strange, let me tell you that. It's like somebody increased I almost said opacity. It's like somebody increased the feeling of it by 50% when it's already at maybe a nice 80. Like, okay, I'm okay with like this. Jesus fucking Christ. The sensitivity, right? So there are times, especially, you ever gone to a Walmart or a Kmart before? A drought approaches. Well, shit. That's a problem. That water pump. Hey, water pump friend. You're gonna have panic time. We don't have any stored water. Guess what? Priority number 1, bitch. I repeat, panic! We have no stored water! Okay. Work that one. That's so wrong. Work that timber! Do what you were born to do! Chew on the trees! There we go. Ibexa. I'm gonna call you Ibs. Ibs is working here now. Right next to Vumdif. I'm gonna call you Diff. Ibs and Diff. Excellent. Oh, you can't be hungry now. Well, I mean, yeah, they're gonna be hungry. It's good eats. Do. Fucking miss that show so much. I used to love that as a kid. Anywho, so I've got neurological issues that increase the sensitivity of, well, sights, sounds, touch, things like that. And you ever walk into a Walmart or like a Kmart or like a big store, or worse yet, a mall? You remember malls? I used to go to malls a lot because of my grandparents. I lived in Florida for a long time. I lived there for 8 years. Specifically in Ocala, Central Florida. Y'all have carrots. I don't know why y'all are hungry. Come on. Goodness. Anywho. You really have nothing? And the lights. The only way I can describe them in like those tiny little stores they have on the ends or on the inside, the walk paths of the malls, you know, they're all made up of like 1,000 tiny little shops and merchants. The lights in at least 85% of them are these loud, blaring, industrial factory lights. And that's the best way I can describe it, is they're loud. They're just so overwhelming, and you can hear the electricity in them as they buzz and pop. And the fucking heat that it puts off. It doesn't even matter if they, because in Florida it's hot. It's always hot. It's muggy. It's humid. I despise it. And yet I live in Oklahoma now. Which you would think would be a dry heat, but lately we've been having humidity bubbles these past few summers. The last one, last year, was the worst. We had 2 humidity bubbles back to back, which brought it up to a whopping 135 degrees Fahrenheit after the base temp of 115. I'm gonna let that sink in for a moment. I can't stand humidity. Like, there's better for sound, but the brightness is worse. So I despise humidity. But combine the fact that most malls in Florida are like open breathe or open pathway breathing, open breathe. There's an official word, but they're not concealed. They are fairly open, so you constantly have like natural sunlight, and then, you know, the wind and everything. And there's a few pockets of the mall open air. Thank you, Leon. It's so simple, yet it eludes me. You getting those berries over there? Soggle Chris. Just getting those berries. I found my berries. A lot of them are open air, and you have a few pockets, especially because it does storm very frequently in Florida. Oh no. He shot me. He starved. Oh no. And we still have water. Saved. What are you people doing? I think they're just hungry. They're so hungry they can only focus on carrot. I live in Illinois. Cornfields are just giant humidifiers, and I live in the middle of one. Oh god. But combine those bright, loud lights with the humidity, and it just makes for a sensory overload and just a horrible day. So I've got this thing about people touching me. I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. The best way to describe it is, has your arm ever fallen asleep? Like, you can say you're taking a nice nap, and you're laying out on the couch, and you got your arm maybe like propped up under your head, and it just falls asleep. And then you start to move it, and that pain starts to kick in. Oh, are we finally fed? Are we finally fed? How could I? How could I? We call them outdoor malls in California. How many berries do you have here? I think that's just decoration. Yeah, last year the dew went as high as 90%. It sounds horrible. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we've got the basics. Hold on just a moment. Sign priority, that's power, no. Automation, no. Well-being. There's something I want. What is it that I want? Oh, those need... Okay, so we need to work on electricity next. Okay, so it is electricity. It's... Okay. Anywho, I have this thing about touch. The best way I can describe it is when your arm or your leg or your foot falls asleep, and you get those pins and needles, and if you don't move it for a while, like you're trying to, like, ooh, I'm gonna let this go away, it's just gonna take some time, so I better hold my arm or my limb still, and then the slightest brush or the slightest touch, this, like, pain, needly pain, it's like that, but it's on fire, almost. It is now time for rest. I shall attempt it, but if I fail, I will be back. Very well, good luck, Alex. The drought is upon us. The time for endurance is now. You literally... Bai has died, but Yagris has been born. What are these names? And drought is now here. Oof. Right. Things are about to get a little tough. But for now. So, with that in mind, a long time ago, my mom was dating this guy, and he had like two daughters who were, one was married, and the other was dating this other dude. And basically, the youngest daughter was the princess of the siblings. She could do no wrong, even though she did a lot wrong. Do I really need... I'm gonna take a look. Ooh. But she did a lot wrong. Dude, a little fucked up. Anyhoot. Should I put that there? Or mayhaps I should put it... like, have an industrial area. I kind of like it, like, right here. Yeah. Does it require any power? Yeah, wait. HP. Forester. Yeah, it requires power. That needs power. That's what that needs. Anywho. So why don't we install a water wheel? Yes. Why don't I put it, like, right here? Yeah. Don't need a power wheel. Power shaft. Transfers power. Okay. But in all of her great wisdom, she decided to take me, knowing that I have this issue of, like, being severely adverse to physical touch, to take me to a salon. A nail salon, to be exact. And I also have a thing against salons in general, but that's that's for later. But she decides to take me to a nail salon, and it's a whole production of which I despised, because she started the day off with an argument with me about makeup, and I have another issue. I have very sensitive skin. I have to be very, very careful about what products I use consistently, or else I turn into, like, I look like I've been stung by a million bees, essentially. And nobody wants that! So I don't use a lot of makeup. And what is Miss I Know Everything, because I'm older than you by 5 years, does is she throws her used makeup on me. And the only reason I sat there long enough was because I was getting screamed at by my mom's then boyfriend, and then her, like, the daughter's boyfriend, to just suck it up and deal with it so she could shut the fuck up. Yeah. That's the wrong tab. No, that is the correct tab. Very exhausted at the moment. I understand that. So now, turn this around. Boop. There we go. I don't quite understand, like, why I did it that way, but you know what? That's okay. There's still plenty of room. I'm gonna put, like, a little terrace or something up here, but we're doing okay. The drought shall be over soon. I fear that we may lose some beavers. No, I do have some water in there. Nice. Very nice. I don't quite understand why they don't take the water to go and feed these, because they're gonna die soon. No, wait, hold on. Maybe the drought will be over, because it's 0.3 days, and these go out in 0.6 days. Huh. Yeah, it was horrible. Like, I don't blame the salon lady was very nice, but I just it was awful. It's so much. Just I remember the pain I went through because it wasn't even that she was being rough with me. She just literally took my hand and started working the like this little grinder. It's like a filer, a nail file, and it's like just the contact of her holding my hand and already being in a situation where I'm experiencing a lot of anxiety, where I am genuinely very uncomfortable, not even uncomfortable, quite frankly, in fear of the person who I am now stuck with. It's like, yeah, this is a bad time, Tim, and I despise every single one of you. Alright. The water returns soon. Hold on, can we actually see it? There it is! There be the water. Oh, look at all the greenery! It's coming back. Yes! Alright. We are definitely gonna need a better system. We need to stockpile more food is what we need to do. I want to open up this little part right here. I think you can... Yeah. Can be demolished. It's a wonder that nature creates something on par with beaver engineering. I'm gonna go ahead and demolish that now. We are gonna have a problem when bad tide comes through. I remember that being a very, very big issue. But what I want to do is get water through here, and then put down potatoes. Potato. And that way we have an extra source. Alrighty, what's the deal? What's going on? Oh. Ew. There's the bad tide. There's the bad water. All that. Oh, it looks like a lake of blood. Oh. It's literally just rust, but you know. I know you folks are hungry. It's watered and health. Ah, it's at 2%. Oh. You know, that's something interesting I learned the other day. Well, I knew it existed, but you know how you hear about something in the past and you're like, oh, that's a cool thing, and then it just goes from your brain, and then you see it again. Whoa, look at all the green! Alright. Died from drying out. Okay, they're gonna have to do something about that. And then you see it again later on. It's like the most amazing thing all over again. So, I recently discovered a YouTuber on YouTube by Poi. He goes by Poi, like boy, but with a P, so it's Poi. It's hilarious. Potatoes. They take 6 days, but they are grillable. Boop. Da, 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 da. Why is my thing? Nope. Changed to normal. It had a special cursor, did it not? Anywho. He does like a lot of... He very lightly covers, supernatural cases, but mostly covers real crime cases that happened in certain regions. Like, the one that I most recently watched was Horror Tales from Appalachia, which has a special place in my heart. I'm originally from North Carolina. You can't tell, but I am. I'm originally from the East Coast. Not too far away from Kitty Hawk and Roanoke, actually. Which, Roanoke will always piss me off with how people treat it. It's like so simple. There's nothing horrifying about it. There's nothing mysterious about it. They literally wrote on a tree where they went. And there's evidence in that region that people had been there and then moved. It's like... Y'all real dumb. Y'all real dumb. Anywho. Trees! Speaking of trees. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We need a forestry. Where do I get that? Go over to wood. Go over here. You only need 30. Okay, cool. Yes. Awesome. I've never heard of it, so no worries. I have no preconceived notions. The Roanoke? God. That's fine. Okay. So, do I... Technically, you could have them in every little area. I just kind of want to keep this area for farming, so I think I will just lodge you over here. Probably a little closer, to be honest. Boop. Yes. Okay, cool. But he covers the horror stories and real crime stories that come from Appalachia, which there's a lot of crime that happens along the Appalachian Trail, which you guys don't know. Appalachian Trail goes... Technically, it connects all the way into Florida, because there's a connecting trail through the Everglades there that you could start, like, literally in the Everglades and go all the way up into the mountains, you know. It's pretty cool. I think it takes people roughly... Oh, gods. I'm lowballing it here. Oh no, someone died. Reek! Reek and Vum. Oh. He's homeless and... Oh my gosh, no. Oh dear. Alright, well how many beavers are we down to? 7. 7 and 1 child. Alex is still alive. Justin Bieber has passed away at some point or another. Yep, Justin Bieber starved to death. Honestly, skill issue. All you had to do was wait. Oh dear. But there's a lot of crime that happens along the Appalachian Trail, and I was quite surprised he didn't cover all of, like, the creepypastas and things that people post, and... Because, I mean, what most people hear from Appalachia is the folk tales and stuff, like, oh, don't... more people have died. But... No. Yeah, people are starving to death. A lot of people hear the stories of, like, oh, don't go into one of the hollers, you know, because they're ding 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 ding, right? They're them kind of folk, and it's like, I think your main concern is going to be the people from, you know, outside of the hollers, to be honest, from the death rate that's, you know, present, that you can review. A lot of crime and a lot of the horror comes from people outside of the Appalachians. My God, how many people are murdered there? And they're just hikers, you know, they're just hiking. And then some rando from another state just goes like, ah yes, today is the day that I finally do this really fucked up thing. And then the people of Appalachia get blamed for it. Now, I will admit, I will say, the Appalachian Mountains have a weird fucking vibe to it. They always will. Mainly because, you know, it's before the Great Split, they were a part of the Scottish Mountains, so, you know, they're old AF, basically. And, fun fact, all the way from Florida up through the Appalachian Mountains, there are underground rivers and waterways and pockets that we have yet to explore, and probably never should. Because that shit is terrifying. But also curious. The brain goes, ooh, I wonder what kind of, like, bacterias and microbes we could possibly find that are living in those waterways. Oh, they're raiding the berries. Oh no. How are those potatoes coming along? They have a drought resistance of 1 day, by the way. 39%. 63%. 78. Yeah. Well, now it's kind of going into a rotational cycle, which is great. I will say we should take a look. I'm not gonna do the grill just yet. I keep losing track of where everything is. My gods. What are sunflowers good for, I wonder? Hold on. Food? Aquatic farmhouse is for later. I know people are very, very miffed right now. Flour. Oh! So probably hold off on wheat for right now, because I don't have enough points going. But eventually, we can get a grist mill to grind up the wheat, turn it into flour, and get a bakery going. And beehives! There's a medium chance of bee stings from a beehive. Lovely. That's actually a thing that happens a lot in Farthest Frontiers. I need to play that, because they're having a DLC come out here soon. I think it's a free DLC. You get dogs now. Dogs and cats. It's absolutely wonderful. Um, so, no problem. We only have 4 beavers. ah. Well, you're fed now. Up goes. Hey! At least they're easier to... Oh dear, they have to do everything by themselves. Oh, the water. Yeah, that food situation has to be taken care of immediately. Oh. Alright. So, gonna reprioritize some things. So long as we have one person working here, I think we'll be fine. So you work at the district. Cool. Well, now it's just kind of a waiting game. I mean, if we want to do that. Kind of down quite a bit. Oh, what if they die from old age, though? Ooh. Wait, what's... Oh, wait, hold on. There's hope! There's a future! Jules... Go on. That's... Hold on. No, I'm renaming you. I'm renaming you to... Zuljan. There we go. Zuljan has been born! Oh, adulthood approaches quickly. Enjoy life while you can, child. Look at the bountiful carrots! Now that people aren't starving, you know. Oh, dear. You know... I'm gonna sing over a certain party. Sorry. Oh, gods. Actually, I don't think beavers would be able to consume each other, would they? Just because of the teeth. They don't really have, like, canids to, like, rip and tear flesh and sinew. So I don't... Would... Would they worry about folded prions? Do... Okay, that does beg the question. Do other animals have to worry about folded prions? Squirrels do it? Well, they are very similar, aside from in, like, body size, so it's entirely plausible if one is hungry enough, I guess. Heh. Look at them go. Yeah, you just keep collecting carrots. Dear God, how many berries do we have? 45! Guess that's what happens when, you know, your population has been absolutely decimated by famine. Man, this is reminiscent of something. Alright, let's see. How's Alex? Alex, you okay? No, wait, hold up. I want to... How's Alex doing? Alex is 27. I don't know what the elderly age is considered. Okay. I don't know, but it seems plausible. Most animals are omnivorous. Yeah, true, true. It just makes me curious, because humans suffer from folded prions. We get... If you don't know what that does, look up mad cow disease. It's 10 times worse, by the way. So you're 23. The thing is, a lot of omnivores, scavengers, and, well, everything that lives, breathes, at some point will cannibalize each other if brought to the desperation, or some of them do it willfully. So it's like, I've always wondered, do they have to be concerned about plausible repercussions, or is that just human brain kicking in? From the brain? It's a little bit more than that. It's something... It has something to do with the spine. A lot of muscles around the spine. That's very dangerous. Okay. Sago is 43, which I'm surprised you survived this long, dude. And Tiziri is 37. Okay, so old age, it's probably like 60 right now. I'm going to give a rough estimate between 55 and 60 due to poor conditions. Poor health, poor environment, very rough conditions to be living. Why the hells are you all the way over here? Hey. Potatoes already! Yes! Zuzhan, you gonna be a cook? Eh. You are destined to be a cook. You're gonna fire up the grill, roast some potatoes. Hi, Dubs. What's up? Roasted potatoes. Oh, a loaded potato sounds so good. Sour cream, cheese, chives. Oh, some bacon. I don't think. Maybe they would appreciate. Do you think beavers would appreciate bacon? Probably not. Who knows? Who knows? Ah, yes, we few survivors who are wandering around. Oh, who's... Oh, I bet that's the district manager who has the little hat. Oh. I love how we never got around to the stairs. And this. It's like we're already an hour and 17 into this. I'm dedicated. Make more pups, or whatever they're called. Make baby. Like throwing seeds at my Minecraft chickens. Make baby. Holy berries! They really found their berries. Googled if beavers have ever been documented cannibals. No. Interesting. I mean, considering that they always, like, have a surplus of food. It makes sense. Oh, are we running out of room in the thing? No. There's room here. There is, in fact, room. They just don't have any people to carry it. The only problem I see happening now is genetic diversity. How do we go from here? How do we go from here? Oh! Cutscene has been born from Terzi and Sago. Yeah. This is... Big ouch. Oh, speaking of Zuzhan, where are you at, kid? Oh, you're gonna be an adult by 8. Alright. Genetic diversity has been on the mind the whole time. We are so screwed. Like, if there is if there are multiple layers to this game, we are gonna be very, very fucked. Okay? Oh no. We are so screwed. Alright. Looks like temperate weather is gonna come to an end here soon. We don't get any bad tide. Hey, we've got plenty of water. Okay. Let's see. I need this to be built. So, I think I'm gonna turn that to neutral. I would like to get the planters. Or wait, no, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. This. Yes. Listen. We might perish, but at the very least, we'll have electricity, right? Oh, dear. I don't think we actually have... I need at least one person to be... I don't think I can get rid of him from there. Huh. Train? There doth be a train. I do live by a train yard, so that is frequent. Was good. Alex. Sacro. Oh, they have my few. Splendid. This is my first time watching the game. I'm learning about the mechanics with you. Yeah. So, something I hope... I'm gonna play Farthest Frontiers again soon-ish. Once I figure out, like, what I'm gonna do in between, like, The Witcher and everything. Because I need to finish... We're gonna finish that up next week. But... I really hope they've added, like, a disease mechanic. Like, they do have a disease mechanic, but I hope they've expanded upon it. Because I would love a full, like, we're suffering from the plague, and it's spreading horrifically fast kind of deal to happen. It used to be in early access, like, way before they started having militias and things like that. You have swaths of villagers catching, like, the basic cold and perishing, or even though they had access to water and medicine and soap, you would have entire town sites perish from dysentery. I used to sit there and be like, what the fuck is this, Oregon? Oh, the child yearns. Which child is that? Is that Zul'jin? Mayhaps he does not yearn for the grill. He yearns for the trees. I see, I see. O mighty forest, I pine for thee. Get it? Because they're pine trees. Nay, this fucking... And then they patched that and said, oh, only a few villagers can die from dysentery. Damn it. I would love a full-on, the plague has wrought havoc upon your village or your town or your city. And then it's just like you have to entice medicine men and women to, like, live in your town, your city, and just keep them happy by giving them more gold and shit. And it's like, please keep my people alive because we got bandits on the horizon and they look really, really fucking pissed. Project Zomboid makes me think about a post-apocalyptic world. I think the best post-apocalyptic game I have ever... I'm worried that I don't know how to sanitize. You don't know how to sanitize water? Oh no. Now see, I know some basic shit. Just because my dad, My dad's very interesting. My dad, the best way to describe him is he's a little bit of a rebel. How about we put it like that? That's putting it delicately. So he took all of his kids, and there's three of us, and was like, okay, you're gonna learn everything you need to know out in the woods. Should shit go south, here you go, kids. And we're like, gee, thanks, Dad, I guess. At least one of the kids ended up using it because they became a Marine, but, you know, who knows? The world might go to shit. But the best apocalyptic game I have ever seen, or post-apocalyptic game, and I'm probably gonna get some hate for this. I actually quite like The Last of Us. I actually quite like it. I don't care for the second game, because I feel like the writing is very poorly done. But the concept of The Last of Us is fascinating to me, and the only reason it is because I have an extreme interest in mycocillin. And cordyceps is incredibly funny to me. Simply because it does have a chance to jump from insects to animal or to mammalians and eventually to monkeys, which could then or then has a higher chance of jumping to humans. But the chance of that happening, even with like climate change and climates shifting and environments changing due to human interference or the lack thereof, because it happens whether or not we are there. And I'll give you an example here in a moment. The chances of it actually making that jump are so fucking slim. Like, literally, if that were to happen, it is like divinity. Just like a god out there in the world was like, you know what? Fuck all of y'all. You're dying today. It's a god from New York. You're dying today. Kaboom. Make this mushroom take over everybody's minds. Computer, destroy humanity. Why would you get hate for it? It's probably the best zombie. There's a lot of people who don't like it because of the guy who writes it. Neil Druckmann, I believe his name is. But I am like, I don't like him either. But I separate the author from the creation because the creation is actually pretty fucking good in this case. It's not like our Rowling, what's her face, and Harry Potter, which don't look at that too closely. You're gonna be like. No. Hey, what's happening with Zul'jin, by the way? He's grown up! At the age of 8, he's a district manager. God damn it! But yeah, I seriously love the Last of Us series. Because it's just fascinating. There are some things I take issue with. And in regards to how it's portrayed throughout both the comics, the games, and eventually the TV series, which I actually really like the TV series. I quite enjoyed it. The first season. Pedro and Bella did a wonderful job, in my personal opinion. My gods, this is a dead town! It's a dead holler! Oh no! Sammy says I have a bone to pick with The Last of Us. Oh no. This is the deadest holler I've ever seen. Good lords. Oh, my goodness, there is only one child around here. Cutscene. You might want to run. The problem I have with it was the animals. Because we had already, like... So, here's the deal. Cordyceps mainly affects, like ants, caterpillars, moths, crickets, things like that, right? So in order for it to make the jump to humans, it needs to go through several other genuses and adapt rapidly, especially if we consider that The Last of Us, everything there takes place roughly between the 1990s and the 2000s. If that would be a horrifyingly quick adaptation of a parasitic mycocillin, right? That's literally within 5 to 10 years. That's terrifying, right? What was the peak population? I think we had... Look, I think we had 10. We had 10. Now we're at 5. So we took a huge hit. But we had too many beavers was the thing. Like, we had too many kits. And they weren't able to eat, so the parents seem to have sacrificed themselves. So now we're just kind of left over with the elders and the kit. Some of the kits that survived. Some of them. Right? I have faith that genetic diversity is going to be very strange. But there isn't a vaccine for the fungus. No, there isn't. So why is Firefly trying to make a vaccine? It is incredibly stupid. Especially when you learn that there is a very high likelihood that the quote-unquote vaccine, number one, has a very high chance it won't work, and number two, Firefly has no way to actually redistribute the quote-unquote vaccine, and or did not plan on redistributing the vaccine unless people convert it to them. So either way, situation foobar. But back to my point, when you view either the games, the comics, or the TV show, there is a very glaring problem. Remember when I said that it has to mutate in order to go through several genus? It would affect literally everything that it touches. Cordyceps would be in the plants. It would be like sucking the life out of trees, out of crops. It would be infecting dogs, cats, birds, bears, deers, foxes, literally anything that had blood or hemoglobins, like anything that was alive, it would consume. Now there's another hand to this, is that we already know that, number one, a majority of mycocillins are alive and aware. I mean, obviously they're aware, but consider it to the human equivalent of, they are very aware of their existence. They're very aware. And I'm also going to reduce the work time a little bit to 15 hours. Actually, you know what? 14. Let me see if that affects this colony going on here. So we're just kind of like sitting, talking. Oh, Sammy says, Ellie isn't the first one who they experimented on, who was immune to the vaccine, by the way. They killed other people who had the fungus by biopsy, and learned that the immunity comes from the brainstem. Oh, lovely. We have a drought. But, like, couldn't you run other tests to see if you could get it from her brain and or blood and separate it? Exactly. Like, my first guess would be like, oh, what if we took, like, spinal fluid? Or what if we took, and, you know, did something with her blood, because obviously she has some form of antibiotics, natural antibiotics, that's fighting against and or neutralizing the cordyceps. And Leon says, so it would basically destroy the world. Yes. Now, back to what I was saying before I start with Sammy. The thing about majority of mycocillins is that they are highly aware of their environment around them, and they account for that. Basically, they will only grow so large as their environment will allow, and not in the sense of they're going to consume everything, but they will consume just enough to keep everything running, and just kind of subsist that way. Maybe not forever. If there's a threat, like, oh, let's say a human who's been killing plants, they'll start to move. Or maybe there's some kind of animal that they know they're on the menu, they'll try and move, right? It's a very slow, like, they're basically fucked, but they try, right? The same thing for cordyceps. Cordyceps uses its parasitic nature to infect crickets and ants, and basically uses those to go and scout food options, like, oh yes. And obviously, if you've ever heard of what it does to ants and crickets, it sends them to the highest point above a nest, an ant nest, or where other bugs are, and it literally just has it throw itself off from either a tree or a high blade of grass, what have you. And when that body lands and subsequently perishes, it kind of, I wouldn't say explode, but releases the spores from the mycocillin into the other bugs. And continues and feeds from the corpse. But it doesn't do that all the time. It only does that when it's like, we're getting kind of low on food. We're feeling kind of peckish. Yeah, go scout. Go check it out. Yeah. So, if we were to apply real science to the series, it would be a really, really tense standoff between humanity and cordyceps. And animals would be like, I don't know what the other animals would do. The other animals of our world would do. We are now back up to 6, by the way. Woo! We have plenty of food, somehow, some way. Plenty of water. And only a little bit of wood. Cutscene is now working. Woohoo! Trying. So literally, Ellie and a few other people have A, antibiotics, or B, a version of fungus that instead of being parasitic murderous, is either a non-lethal variant or just a very beneficial version that adapted to our body. Yeah. I would think it's probably... My first thought is antibiotics. Something... Because we all know that Ellie's mother was infected when she had Ellie, and therefore something about that altered her chemistry, and it's the whole gist of the series. So it's either the antibiotics, or it could be both. Both of them is a potential answer. But yeah, that's like the only problem I have with the entire series is how everything interacts with each other and how you don't really see infected animals, you just see infected humans, which is so unlikely. And the fact is that it's constantly hunting. It's like, I'm sorry, you look like... Because in the series, in both the game and the show, it makes it very, very clear that there are entire cities, like Chicago, fucking Miami, Boston and New York and all these places, these very high traffic places where people congregate and they live and work and etc., are filled with infected. It has food. Why are you still hunting? Why are you still infecting? I feel like it would just keep an eye on the remainder of humanity. Like, when the food runs out, you are next. I feel like that would be a bit more terrifying, especially if you're going for a horror vibe in a game. You are constantly under surveillance of a predatory animal instead of constantly under threat and pressure from a predatory animal. It's, it's there. It's stalking you. It's just waiting. Not for the right time, but for when the colony says, "Aye, we're feeling peckish. Go for it." And just slowly being picked off one by one by one. That would be more terrifying. But that's just me. Also, I think I already said this, but we're back up to 6. We're doing good. Oh dear, I'm gonna go grab some tea in a moment. In the Last of Us universe, the cordyceps brain infection, CBI, is primarily designed to infect humans, though it can affect animals. While they don't turn into aggressive zombie monsters like humans, animals can become infected, carry the fungus, and act as an asymptomatic carrier. Oh, that's right, the monkeys, because that was a big issue, was the monkeys. I remember that. But it's... yeah. Which, it's smart. Mushrooms, like especially cordyceps, to get that far, it would be very, very intelligent. It would affect... I would see it having asymptomatic carriers, primarily with dogs and cats. God, that's horrible. But if you think about it, You know, if you're a parasitic entity, you're like, ah, yes, what does our food keep around itself that it doesn't use as food, that it keeps in its house? Those fuzzy little things on the four legs that make loud noises and that they keep in their houses. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. They can get infected, but it was asymptomatic. Yeah. Which, okay, I can accept that to a degree. Bit of water. Water. This is slowly being... Have they even built it yet? No, because... You don't even show up. There's a drought. Oh! We do have power here. Well, not power yet. It's not powered. Well, I mean, it is powered. But there's no one working there. That's what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, the world of The Last of Us is exceedingly fucked. And I feel like if they added some more real science, real world science to it, it would be incredibly horrifying. Though in-game, they changed this in the show, which they did it for more dramatic flair, and they already said, hey, the viewers wouldn't quite understand this, and we needed something a bit more visual. Oh no, the potatoes! Collect the potatoes! We're actually fine on food, to be honest. In the game, there's spores. There's spore-infected zones, so you have to wear a mask and everything. But in the show, it's transmitted through bite. So, classic zombie TV show, you know. Yeah. The animals can transmit the disease through bites. Yeah. Oh, hi. Hingoth and Juburak. I don't know. These fucking names, man. These damn beavers and their naming conventions are so strange. Well, Alex Beaver has been kicked out into his own dwelling. He's in Lodge 4. No, actually that's Lodge 2. This is Lodge 1. That's 3 and 4. This is at 15. Oh. Okay. Still have one empty lodge. Splendid. Also, I hope my yapping about this kind of stuff is interesting to you guys. I've just been in a mood today. I've been in a very foul mood, because, like, nothing terrible happened, but it's just, like, an inconvenience. And kind of put me back a little bit, so I was like, great. I hope I get better news at the end of the week, you know, but all you can do is work. Wook wook. That was in the game. I think in Firefly Base, if you look at the computers or papers, they tell you this about the monkeys being infected and bit someone. That's a horrible way to learn. You're like, oh no. Ooh, I should have taken those guys out. Ah, dear. Right? That's how they learned they were asymptomatic. Ooh. But yeah, that's like my favorite post-apocalyptic world. Because no matter what, humanity's fucked, man. Humanity's fucked. You know what would save them? Vinegar and fucking soap. No. Imagine, though. Imagine if the preventative, like, something that would scare the infected away, it's just spraying, like, a little bit of, like, the vinegar and soap mixture at them. They're just like, and people are like, well, shit, humanity has been saved with vinegar. And don't forget the soap. 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 Look at all those berries. Good Lord almighty. There's a lot of berries. A lot of carrots. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, he's just like... Alex is just like, I've seen better days. I lived through a drought when I was a kid once, and it was gnarly. I witnessed 5 of my neighbors consume themselves, and extreme hunger and thirst. Them was the days. He's got a little wooden banjo that he's kind of strumming on. Which comes to terms with, what did the giraffe they met in the city? Oh yeah, the giraffe. That was actually a really cool scene. It was a carrier, but because it was a herbivore and didn't bite Ellie and Joel, they would never know. No, they would never know. He's like, ah, it's a cool giraffe. I mean, it is a cool giraffe. No, no, no. It's just the remnants of society right here. Full food stores. Barely. Oh yeah, full water. Half-finished buildings. Empty campfires and dying crops and bushes. The world around you is dead. It's fantastic. I'm gonna go grab some tea. I'll be right back, you guys. Hold on. Let me find somebody. Where's Zul'jin? Where's Zul'jin? Where did he go? Oh, that's right. Zul'jin chose a very boorish, occupation. So you guys will follow Abba. I'm gonna rename you to Abba. And I quote, money, money, money. Abba. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be back in like a minute. Okay? I return. How's Abba doing? Is she voulez-voulez? Voulez-vous is actually really funny when you study French. It's just they. It's they or them. Depends on how you use it, which... Ah, okay. The drought is still upon us. It'll be over in a day. Splendid. Just food for thought, because that giraffe was like in Atlanta. Salt Lake City, Utah. That's where they saw the giraffe. Oh yeah, because they were heading towards the Firefly research facility, were they not? Daddy Z has died of old age. What do you consider old age? So Abba is 37. Alex is 41. Hatzin is 12. Zul'jin is 16. Jub is 6. And Kinguth is 4. Alright. Cool. Nice. The realm is slow. I'm having tea. To be exact, it's chai masala. I've been getting pretty good at making this. I miss Tiger Spice stuff. There used to be this Tiger Spice that I would buy at the family market, but then they stopped selling it because it legitimately was not popular. Like, I think I was the only person who was buying it. Every time I checked up on it, the shelf was always stocked, and then it was gone after 2 months, so. Now, there was another problem with it. It did have vanilla, and my mom is very allergic to vanilla. Fun fact. But you might want to get that checked out if you presume yourself to be lactose intolerant and you consume a lot of uh, dairy that may perhaps have vanilla, such as, well, yogurt or, oh, fuck, what else? There's like this, it's like a dairy-free ice cream, but it still gives you problems. You might want to get checked for like a vanilla allergy. That and if you have any issues eating, this is gonna sound so weird. This is gonna sound crazy. Bread. Like, store bread. And not the bakery bread, because that's, they make that completely differently. But, you know, your Wonder Girl bread or your sunflower bread, there's vanilla in that. Just so dumb. They did it to inflate the prices on bread. Which is like the dumbest thing in the world. It truly is. Isn't there water coming from this way? It's glorious. Let's shall meet in the middle. Oh. That would actually, I think that would cause like a whirlpool, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? Whirlpools in this game? The water has returned! Hooray! Huzzah! Everyone rejoice! I swear I just saw someone disappear. No, he's right there. Abba! 13 days. I have no idea how long it's been. I don't like the way that it's Oh, wait, no, it's not that. It's this. Okay. Abba? Food is fine? The efficiency depends on the no eating at work policy. Alright, we have plenty of food. Shoot. I only want enough planks to get this done, and then we'll reduce the priority of that and increase the priority on the other one. Okay? Come on. Planks. Unable to get... What is... Well, there might be a reason for that. Kid is working here, no? Yeah. What you murring at? He's being a little weirdo. Okay. Oh, jeez. I need one of these kids to hurry up and grow up. Aside from Jolly. Oh, Jolly's brand new. And Jube is an adult. Where did Jube go? Jube. Can you not work there? Literally anywhere else? Oh, dear gods, no. Okay. There we go. There we go. What can I do with you? I think you can only ascertain to migration. With its own population, goods, and isolated path networks. Okay, so I don't necessarily need to have somebody working there currently. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Inspired by the legacy of old Costco, beaver inventors are always eager to improve their timber tech. Okay, so I think we are starting to get our colony back on track here. The beaver colony shall thrive. It shall grow. It might look a little fucked up, but just know that we survived. Just know that we have survived. God. Oh, dear. So, 6 adults and 1 kid. Gotcha. Well, sleep is not coming from me, says Alex. Ah, welcome back. We made it this far. We can make it further. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, unselect these. I don't think anybody's working there. So we've actually improved since last you were here, aside from... Why are you working on this? What are you... You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this. Because now we can add some more housing. You know what? I wonder if they don't have the same mechanic as Farthest Frontier. Or when you have empty housing, if... Fuck. Get some spices stuck. What difficulty? This is just normal. I was just very slow on food. But I wonder if they don't have the same mechanic as Farthest Frontier in the way of... If you have empty housing, that they will be enticed to do their funky thing. Too bad you can't have, like, people migrate. Oh, they do? Ooh. Okay, so hold on. There's 1 empty lodge. Folktales do. Okay. Iron Teeth don't. So we have 4 empty spaces. 5 empty spaces. Gotcha. I love their little snooze. It's adorable. It's a mini lodge. So... That's their only means of reproduction. They don't have babies when houses are full. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay. Sheesh. Okay. I think... Yeah, I'm just gonna plop one down right there to kind of continue this. There we go. And if I can remember, I put the thing down. Not yet. These. Okay. Next up, the forestry tower. Flip something. Okay, I'll grab something real quick. Let's say I want to build another house. Ooh, nice. Thank you. Cool. Didn't know you could flip the door. I knew you could, like, flip the entire building, but, you know, not just the door. Do they know about the door? What? You know, D-O-R-E. That meme infuriates my mother so much. Now you can double-decker it. Yeah! My mother is... Okay, you have to understand. My mom is not only super into equestrian stuff. She loves horses so much. The only reason she isn't a vet is because she would actually murder people. Like, I think if my mom didn't have such limitations about human life, I think she would be a serial killer. I'm not gonna lie. So good news. My mom believes that everybody has value. No matter what they bring to the table, even if it's nothing, she believes you have value. But I think if she didn't, we would have problems. Oh, I have a new CPU and GPU and motherboard for my computer. That must have cost a fortune. What did you do? In this day and age, what did you do? Everyone can be used as fertilizer. True. I had good friends. Ah, yes, good friends. You don't happen to be an artist, perchance, do you? I know your secrets. GPU is GTX 1030. Oh. Chat! You have been born! I'm just gonna name you Chat. Welcome. Welcome to life, Chat. I'm going to put you to work immediately. Yeah. Just... Chat! Ah. Okay, Katzine has many hats. She is a beaver of many hats. She has been a farmer. She has been a district manager. She's worked at the lumbering yard. She has been a lumberjack, and now she is a water worker. My God, what a portfolio! Go cat. CPU is a Ryzen 560, I think. I think that's the same thing I have. Oh. I don't know about the rest. I'm not really a techie. I'm just into Mycocillin, okay? I'm just a weird artist whose autism leads into World of Warcraft, Transformers, and mushrooms. That's about the extent of my know-how and knowledge. Oh, dear. I just read a lot. I'm happy without most technology. Yeah. And it's not that I'm not tech savvy or like, oh, these gosh darn computers are confounded. Like, I can figure out something if I'm given the time. Just like, oh yeah, okay. But mostly, I'm just pretty chill with what I have. If I need to learn something, I will learn something. I have, like, adaptation is the key to life, of which boomers will never understand. Beside the point. I want my charcoal forge and masonry set up. Well, oh dear. Oh. Hold up. So Alex, you're working as a farmer. How old is Alex now? Alex, you're 46. You're nearing the end of your life. You've made it this far, buddy. Congratulations. No! You're getting up there. You're starting to get some grays in your pelt. I hate to say it, bud. Ugh. You're starting to slow down. You're an old beaver now. Too bad you can't see lineage. You know what? Never mind. It's probably a good thing that we can't see lineage. For reasons. Oh man, this entire colony is so fucked. Listen here, you whippersnapper. Will make me break out my switch. I'll get you now. Just cause I'm slow don't mean I can't reach you. You gonna wear out eventually and then you gonna see me. Yeah, yep. The genetic line is very... The gene pool is... Ba-ding ding 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 ding. Alabama beaver colony, baby. Actually, technically, it's New York beaver colony, because New York had the largest cases of incest, and then the 2000s happened. We won't talk about that, though. Like, New York State. Oh, jeez. Alabama just gets picked on a lot, though it does happen quite a bit. Alabama and Appalachia, mainly because there is the one case of that one Appalachian family. That's bad. It's bad. The family tree is a wreath. To quote my mother, your family tree is reminiscent of a stick in the ground. They have the most lenient laws. Yeah, Alabama has incredibly lenient laws, and so did New York for a very long time, and then they changed it for reasons. Shit was bad. But it's like... I'm sorry for anybody here who's European, But that is such a European idea of intermarriage or intermarrying with family members. So, yeah, little yikes. Can't get a yeetus the fetus, but go ahead and have fun with cousins. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just make that shit illegal. Ugh, gods. Anywho, we there is no moving on from that conversation smoothly. Look, berries! Fantastic. Gods. How's chat doing? Is chat doing okay? Chat? Chat's doing fine. Anywho, can I rename my... what shall we... because technically the name of the entire session is Beaver Dome. What should we name the District 1 since I mean, it's gonna spread. It's gonna spread everywhere. If this colony somehow survives, it's going to be the entire region. This is gonna be the most terrifying thing in regards to genetics I have ever played. Oh gods. Me and my mom are watching the Handmaid's Tale show version. Oof. Hold on, I'm trying to think of some place here. You know what? Hold on. I need to look up something real quick. I need to look up how to spell a certain town name. We're not I I I feel like okay, Alabama, you don't think that's a little too on the nose? You don't think it's a little too on the nose? I was doing Alabama it is. Guess what? Sweet home Alabama. I was gonna call it someplace here because one of the places in the region I live in is a little well known for such things. Well, not a little well known. It's very well known, and the joke is they all come from Arkansas. Why? Oh god. Yeah, there's a joke on the eastern border of Oklahoma that if you encounter somebody whose family tree resembles a wreath and or a stick in the ground, they came from Arkansas when Arkansas implemented their anti-incest laws only a few years back. Yeah. Now, shit, ads are rolling on Twitch, so we're just gonna sit back and chill. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. I think it was only like 40 years ago, so. Woo. So yeah. I love what he says. Ah, so your beaver colony is following the ways of the cheetah. It's honestly kind of sad. Miso, what's going on? Come here. Yeah, I know. Incestuous beavers. It's happening. Ugh, come here. Thoughts on Subnautica 2? I'm so fucking excited for it. I know my friend's gonna be playing it this week. What's going on? Speaking of cheetahs, what you doing, bud? I'm so excited for it. Where's Sam? I keep getting distracted by cats. It's multiplayer. Finally! Like, technically you could have multiplayer in the first game, but it's through a mod, and that mod is so janky. The primary bug of it, is you can't sleep to pass time anymore. But I love the idea of, like, an official multiplayer Subnautica. This is simply because that just has so much room for humor and comedy. Because the thing is, my friend is terrified of the first game. I find it very relaxing. And mainly because of how much time I've spent playing it. Once you get used to something, it's no longer terrifying, right? And betrayals. And betrayals. And the fact is that most of the machinery in the new game is going to be two-man. or else it's going to be super slow or just non-operational. It's going to make life interesting. It's going to make life very, very interesting. I know for a fact I'm going to be the one who's, like, going out getting resources most of the time. I just know it. I see it in my mind's eye. I perceive it in the future. I just know I'm going to be the one that he's going to shuck out of the base and be like, okay, go get us some titanium and copper. And I'm like, alright. I'll do that. I'll be back. Faster than you can say. Boston. Fuck, how do you say it? Shit! Because, shoot, tell me if you know this one. Mississippi Molasses versus the Boston Molasses Massacre. There we go. Faster than you say, Boston Molasses Massacre. That's a thing, by the way. That's a real world event that happened. I forget the year. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up while we wait for our beavers to grow the fuck up. The Boston? Oh god, I can't see shit, and this keyboard is way different. The Boston Molasses Massacre. There we go. The Great Molasses Flood, as it is actually known, occurred Wednesday, January 15th in 1919. So, essentially, something happened to where the barrels that they had full of molasses, whether it be due to corporate negligence or people were fucking around. I don't really remember entirely, but, essentially, they had these great tanks full of molasses that they were getting ready to ship out. And they burst it open and literally flooded the streets of Boston in molasses. And it not only drowned people, but I think, this took place in January, so it's freaking freezing. They probably had, like, a weird combination of asphyxiation, and, well, not asphyxiation, but drowning in molasses. Probably asphyxiation. Now that I think about it, because of how sticky molasses is. And hypothermia. Yeah. Crazy. You don't hear about that kind of shit anymore. Not like I'm wanting it to happen, dear God, don't take that statement that way. But just in the sense of, damn. 1900s was fucking crazy. If you sit down and think about it. Okay, how are we doing? Alex, how... I love how this is. Alex the Beaver, age 48, lives in Alabama. July grew up. Yay! That's not even the craziest flood. There was a flood in Europe that was beer. You know why? Why do I feel like that isn't the first time? Let me look it up. Beer flood in Europe. Beer flood in Europe. Why is it saying World War II? The London beer flood of 1814. October 17th. Wait. Let me read this. Hold on. This sounds fascinating. Hold up. Because I told you about it and how many people died. It's been a while, man. Ow, fuck. I don't want the pictures. I want to read. Oh. It happened. Alex, so my estimation on old age is correct. It is 50. Alex, you have passed away. From old age. Damn. The Alzim has grown up. And nobody's working here. Damn it. I need to make sure that people are still working in these places. July is working here. I'm almost saying their name like July. It's July, like Johnny. Johnny, low of trash. Tell me where you've hidden your stash. Rich man, poor man. Look no further. No, I was away from my phone. I report upon your death. It was in your sleep. Alright, we've got two empty lodges. My headphones are connected. Because I drank too much beer from shit that was in the beer, and then I was getting it from the ground. Wait, what? Okay, hold up. We're gonna read this. We're gonna slow this down, and we're gonna follow somebody. Cutscene! What you doing? He lives in Alabama. That's not gonna stop being funny for me for a hot minute. The London beer flood was an accident at Mew & Co. Mewkes? I think it's Mewkes? Horseshoe Brewery, London, on 17th of October, 1814. It took place when one of the 22-foot-tall wooden vats of fermenting porter burst. The escaping liquid dislodged the valve of another vessel and destroyed several large barrels. Between 128,000 and 323,000 imperial gallons. So that's 154,000 to 388,000 US gallons of beer were released in totality. The resulting wave of porter destroyed the back wall of the brewery and swept it into an area of slum dwellings known as the St. Giles Rookery. 8 people were killed, 5 of them mourners at the wake, being held by an Irish family for a 2-year-old boy. God, that got dark. Dear lords. So what's worse is they probably weren't living there willingly. They were probably indentured servants to whoever owned the brewery. Alright. And that's why they lived behind the brewery. Yeah. I know a little bit too much about indentured servitude. The coroner's inquest returned a verdict that the 8 had lost their lives casually, accidentally, and by misfortune. The brewery was nearly bankrupted by the event. It avoided collapse after a rebate from HM Excess on the lost beer. The brewing industry gradually stopped using large wooden vats after the accident. The brewery moved in 1921, and the Dominion Theatre is now where the brewery stands, or used to stand. Mew & Co. went into liquidation in 1961. Right. Yeah. Oh shit. That is fucked. Alright. Yeah, the Irish weren't people. So my mother's grandmother worked in a lace factory that was still running. She wasn't injured. They still held that shit. It wasn't too long ago. Not too long ago. And let me tell you, that woman, and for good reason, she fucking hated sewing, she hated crocheting, she hated knitting, she hated anything that had to do with like making textile fabrics. She fucking despised it. Like, like, if you've been working in a fucking lace factory since the age of 5, yeah, I understand that. I get that. Oh. The funny part is, excuse Sam, bro. Cat. They were worse than Alabama. Oh, lords. Alright, let's see. What's going on? Nothing new has happened. We're still pretty good. Food is solid. Water is solid. Actually... Cat, if you do not leave it... Hold on a second. My cat's getting into something he shouldn't. Hold on. What are you doing? Oh, let me try. What the hell were you doing? Leave it alone. Don't worry at me. He's doing devious things. Like, I know I need to clean up over there, but come on, man. Don't mess with it. Have we had any more sciencing? Zuljan is now a scientist. Congratulations. Make sure that everything else is operating. Hey! I just told you to leave it alone. Hey! Get! Ugh. Oh. Get. Come here. Get. Really? Now I have to watch all of those again. There. Get out. Nope, you're getting out. Nope, out. Ha! Ruined my clean laundry. Dude. Seriously? I have to wash it all again. Which I hate doing laundry. I absolutely fucking hate it. Great. If you restrict the water flow with levees, water wheels get more power. Yeah. I heard that once, but I think it's like down here. Landscaping, yeah? You can build a dam, blocks water but allows some to pass through a spillway. It's called PPW. Yeah, here's a levee. Blocks off water completely. Power per wheel. So probably, because look, this comes out into a lake right here. Right? The big bad water lake. That's not full of... I kind of... Okay. Just as somebody who's played a lot of Tycoon games when they were a kid, I would love to see them add an animation where the water just goes off the edge into nothingness. Just personally. Okay. But yeah, I do need to build dams, so I'm thinking... no, not there. So we build a dam, like, roughly about here, so that way we can connect to this side. Yeah. And then build the levee somewhere right in here. So. Right there. So we'll build a dam. Oh, and then there's the Great Beer Flood in Pennsylvania in 1923. Indeed. Oh, dear. Alright. Don't make it all levees. Yeah, no. We need to let some water pass through, especially when the bad tide gets here. It will flood. Oh, dams. Yeah, this is a dam. So I do need to, like, protect this area. I really wish you could, like, hold on. Isn't there, like, some way... Demolish buildings, delete rubble, mark resources, landscaping. Floodgates are good for that? Blocks water and adjust height. Maybe like that right there? I can't get it just yet, but... Adjacent dynamite. Huh. And make an explosives factory. Okay, so you can use dynamite to create more terrain, so... Ooh. Heavy-duty mining rig for collecting dirt. It will continue to produce dirt even after reaching the bedrock. Yeah. That sounds good. But way, way off right now. Way, way off. Would you look at that? Construction lacks materials. Oh, you don't say. Also, I don't think we need anybody here, so you can go do something else. The water in during wet seasons and closed during bad tide. Yeah. Because that was something when I first started playing I was very confused about how to do, because I was like, oh, I need dynamite. Oh, wait, I don't need dynamite for that. A chat, you grew up, and then Ozan was born. Where's Ozan? Chat, you're living on your own at age 7. Ozan. Welcome, chat. Uh, Sweet home Alabama. You know what I can only think? Sweet Caroline. Jeez. That's the only thing. Every time something goes, or not something, but just the lyrics mentally for Sweet Home Alabama, it gets overlaid with Sweet Caroline. But instead of it's just a gun. It's just a fucking gun. I feel like Timberborners can be a game that is based on trial and error. Yeah. Specifically in the realm of psychology, among other things. You know, one of these days, there's going to be a game that actually has all the fundamental, like, they have the fundamentals of, like, house building and resource gathering and this and purification, but they need to have the added, what I really want, the psychology, the science behind genetics, the whole thing. Now, that could go into eugenics real quick, so I gotta be careful of that. Ooh. But it's like, hey, you don't want your population, your initial population, to get below, like, you don't want, if you have a party of like 10 to 15 people, you don't want to get it down to only 5 that survive and reproduce. That's a generally bad idea. Your genetic pool is going to be very, very, very limited. In fact, it's going to be non-existent because it ceases to be a pool and is only a drop in a fucking crater. Just a tiny little eye drop. Just boop. Not a pool, a puddle. Barely even a puddle. That's being generous. That is generous. But, yes. Dear. I would love to see a game that does that. And all the disease. I just want disasters to happen. That's all I want. Am I a terrible person? It's like, I want to play a game that's based off of real life to that extent, and where you have natural disasters, diseases, psychological breaks, and shit like that. It feels like the kind of game 11-bit would make. 11-bit? What's 11-bit? Let's see. Flowers and lots of empty space. Empty space. Okay, Zul'jin is researching up a storm right now. And then, you know. Oh, Frostpunk. I recognize Frostpunk. My ex loved that. Rimworld? Yeah, I've heard of Rimworld. Just a little bit. But I would love for it to be a very, oh, gods. Choose my words here. Very, Furthest Frontiers-esque kind of dealio. I don't know. They focus on the moral versus logic issue. Yeah. Ah, yes, the ever confounding argument of morality and what it actually is to be moral and what should be considered moral and all that BS. Mm. I don't know if I like this stuff cold. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Like, should we let people choose their spouse or let a complicated algorithm choose for them? No, my thing is, I would implement a very, this might be a little bit too complex of a system to implement in a game, but if you're gonna do, like, something where it's like, oh, you let the person choose, or you let an algorithm choose, um, the drought, it is upon us. Abba, no! She has said goodbye one final time, and has passed away. Sad. No more hearing money, money, money in the mornings. Damn it! uh, I actually quite like ABBA, so I don't know. Oh, sadness. Anywho, I like this. This is looking very nice. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, if you have that system in place, put in another system alongside that to where can they tolerate that person? And if they can tolerate that, can the relationship survive long enough for them to reproduce? But on the offhand, if they cannot tolerate them, how likely are they to dispose of that spouse? Like, just point blank, they go missing. And should you investigate? Another issue they do that I personally love. Oh, or making the children work in the coal mine. Of course you make little Timmy work in the coal mines. Are you crazy? It builds character. So what if he loses 3 limbs? Oh, God. Choosing between efficiency and dependency on one fuel source, or any kind of fuel source. Yes. It's a rough one. Alizim has grown up. Excellent. Got down to the dredges of it. It is like, oh. Thing is, it has like the tough bits of the cinnamon bar, you know, and clover. So, whew, gritty, very gritty. Okay, these naming conventions are so strange. But Atay has been born. I almost want to say Nateum. Nateum! Anywho. Alright, we are back up to 10. Yay! Woohoo! Brain use any kind of fuel, but decreases efficiency. It's neat. Yeah. I want to play Frostpunk, but I don't know. It actually might be a hot minute before I, am able to do any of the stuff that I really want to do, because it's like, I would love to do a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption, 2. And I would love to play, Kimori, the Windseeker, but I have to wait. I have to finish other games, and I have to, like, get through school and everything, so I'm kind of, like, it's... Like, don't get me wrong, I like streaming, but life. So when it gets to be about June, July, I might not be streaming as much. Which I know I've decreased the time and the amount of times I have streamed over the past month, simply because I am taking classes right now to get into the other classes and shit. But it's gonna get so much worse. Like right now the classes I'm taking is shit I already know, but they're like reinforcing it into your brain. Like, we get it. You learned this back in middle school, but we're gonna add a little nuance to it and then hammer it into your head. Oh dear. Which is boring as all hell, you know. Like, really? Really? Okay, fine. I'm only putting up with this because, you know, it's required to move forward, and I really want to do the other thing, and I know that's gonna be absolute hell on earth, but meh. Meh. Alright, I wonder if adding a little decor would not help with, the reproduction end of things. What is this? A little lantern. A roof. You make a scarecrow. A field decoration once meant to scare birds, now brings to light to young and old alike. Oh, how nice. That looks so cool. It's got a little tail. It's so okay, it's kind of creepy. You can get a weather vane. Oh, you can put them up here. Get a little beaver statue. That's so expensive, though. I think I'm just gonna get a shrub, and I'm gonna put it, like, right... Oh, where's a high traffic area? Alright, good night, Alex. Don't let them all die. I'll try not to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put, like, right here. Yes. Which I don't think I've talked about what I'm going to school for, have I? I haven't told you guys. I can't go into the specifics, but it... legal matters. Literally. I'm working in, or planning on working on, within... God, I am getting tired. You can tell, because I'm stuttering more. Working within, law and justice, so... Yay! It's not exactly the field I wanted to be... Not the field, but not exactly the position I wanted to be in. Because... way back in the day, I actually went through school and was looking at becoming a homicide detective, or at least a PI, because guess what? I'm a nosy bitch. Let me see those text messages. Where you been? Where you been hanging out? Oh, gods. And then it kind of turned into, well, what if I did crime scene cleanup, or at least, you know, it's not pathology. Fuck, what is it called? I don't remember if there's an actual name for it. It's like... Oh, shit. I'm tired. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. Fuck, it has to do with, blood. And not DNA testing, but... What's the name of it? No, not the blood falls in Antarctica, though that is cool, and I was going to talk about that earlier. The drought is upon us. I'm talking about bloodfall in regards to murder. I don't think it's pathology. Okay, that is not at all what I'm fucking talking about. It's not doing what I wanted it to. Okay. I'll research it later. Essentially, there's a very specific job that you could acquire where literally all you do is you study bloodfall patterns. Like, you can tell whether somebody has been hit with a blunt instrument, a very sharp and thin instrument, if a body part has been slammed against something hard, what have you. And there was a time where I was like, that might be interesting. Because, I mean, it's just the same as tracking, right? Only a little bit more intensive. Hey! The water is actually sitting there, which is awesome. Now, the dam is not complete, but... Oh, there it goes. We should complete it with this drought. Yeah. I think once we get the dam fixed up, next time we have a drought, all this is gonna sit still. But we won't have to worry about going hungry or our crops dying. It still gets me. It kills me how quickly the potatoes die. So this is gonna be 3 days worth of drought instead of 2. Sheesh. That's intense. Let me tell you. But hey, we have food, we have water. We're A-okay, well, somewhat. Maybe a little depressed, but you know, shit happens. Yeah, no. I don't think putting new trees down is a good idea. I'm gonna speed it up. Go forth! Can't really do much. You're just kind of sitting there. I love how it has a little, you want to put somebody here? Do. Where is everybody working? Hold up. A gather. A gather. Gather. Huh. Oh! There's somebody working there. Oozing. Huh. I didn't realize that. I thought it said you could, like, I thought that meant putting somebody there. Okay. Look, look. Go to town, I guess. Literally. That does remind me, the blood falls in Antarctica. I was watching Poi's video on, like, horror stories from Antarctica, and one of them being the Blood Glacier, and just how it's literally a glacier packed full of, salt, iron, and some other metal, and as it's melting and gaining exposure to the sun, of course, the iron and everything oxidizes, and that's what turns it red, and it's essentially rust water. Bad tide. Literally, bad tide. Oxidized water, or oxidized iron and everything, so. Yeah. Yes. I'll have to read that later. Wait 3 days. You guys are just chilling. Hi. Ooh. Ozball. Technically, it's, oh god, a bunch of kits were born. Talis was born. Attila. Zatia grew up. Ozball was born. Okay. I think we have full lodges. No, we have 2 more spaces. But I think it would be a good idea to start looking into like some bigger housing. So I can buy that, right? I can buy this. That's $250 though. Oh yeah, you can do that. Technically. Yeah, technically you could do that. You don't want to block that off though. You know? Yes. I think you need to... Wait, hold on. I'm going to increase the need on that. And then I'm going to get rid of that. Keep this going. Ah, the drought has ended. Splendid. Let's get that dam finished. And shaboop. Okay. Oh, they're thirsty, huh? Tell you what. At the end, we have 10 adults and 4 kids. Wow. 14. Sweet. Still have plenty of berries, so that's good. Definitely gonna need some more... We're gonna need some more crops. That's what we're gonna need. Alright. Let's get this show back on the road, shall we? Let's get our shit back together. Large water pump. Not yet. That requires years, doesn't it? Yeah, and then something... Something to do with the wood. Yeah. Wood workshop. water. Try storage. Medium warehouse, so... Oh, I can get a medium tank. Wait, what does it take to build a medium tank? Ooh, not good. Okay, don't have that yet. So small tanks are gonna have to do. Man, it's crazy. Seeing all these people. All these beavers. They, wait, how many FDS are there? Wait, what? I was confused. Okay. Cool. Tarak was born. Seriously, the naming conventions are very strange. We'll get some more water, because that's something we've been very lackluster on. Uh-oh. Ah. You guys can climb up there just fine. Little weirdos. Nothing to do in range. They say as they're sitting right next to trees. Oh god, I get it though. Okay. Tell you what, we're gonna start planting. So this is pine. Right? And then chestnuts take 23 days. They are for 4 logs. And then 8 days for something else. Maples have sap. They take 28 days for 6 logs. Oak takes 30 days for 8 logs. Drought resistance is 15. Maple is 12. Chestnuts are 8. Alright. Hey, our dam is finished. What can you do with chestnuts? Is it like something special in food? I'm just saying. Some grilled chestnuts. Oh, grilled chestnuts are a thing. Oh. Guess what we're planting? Got some chestnut trees. Alright, everybody's good on water. Now we just need to rebalance our food. Which I think I might throw down some more plants. So we will do this again. Now Zim is here. I'm going to have you prioritize berries. Oh, and you need somebody to collect chestnuts too. I see. And then is there any natural chestnuts around here? Doubt EXE. Oh, wait. Oh, no. What about those? Oaks. Oaks. Yeah, either way it would be too far away, so we'll just grow some our own. Actually, why don't you put them in range? I need another forester over here. Shoot. Right. I'll just put them like right here. Yeah, just keep them in range of the gathering place, and we'll just have that focused on berries until, you know, they're the notice. Cycle 4. What is that? Is that like a week? No. Bleh. I have not been paying attention to the days. Alright. Kind of figured if I start having little rotations, we'd be better off, but that's going to be a process. A process. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 1 in the morning. I think that is a good time. I think now is a good time. Oh wait, we just had 2 more. Zonraja and Zufim was born. goodness, the colony is booming, but I don't think that's a good thing. So we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna save in the Beaver Dome, aka Alabama. Um, and if you guys enjoyed the show, drop a follow, like, and subscribe over on YouTube, whichever your fancy is. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not really sure when. It just depends on when my friend wants to play some WoW, if they do still want to do that. So we'll see. Actually, we have to wait till update. That could take till noon. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anywho, thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Well, technically later today, but yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye.